you so much, sir, for your enlightful talk. Now I will request the chair, Professor Sanaullah, to share his remarks on the plenary talk. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Elvisa. It was really a sheer pleasure and honor to be here uh, in your platform with the scientist, the scholar, the seer, all in one, in the persona of Professor Talwar Sahab, whom I had the golden opportunity to interact under the banner of some interfaith dialogue in South. The striking ontological as well as epistemological parallelisms of similarity or closeness that one notices while going through the scriptures of East or West. One is propelled to advance the cause of holistic approach towards reality. How to interpret it, how to have a harmonious, holistic worldview. The ecological imbalance caused by humans in the aftermath of Anthropocene and its provenance in different quarters of thought in East and West. This imbalance has caused enormous harm to the very meaningfulness of the continuity of humanity on this globe, which is regarded philosophically very beautiful. This theme, which has been dealt with in all schools of thought and philosophy in East and West. And here I'll be just citing certain examples and paradigms from the Arabian perspectives. One sees that the ecological balance and sustainability have been the guiding spirits in the 2 millennia literary saga of Arabia. This was in conformity to the legacy of relationship between physics, humanity, and theology, which has been a major topic of philosophical debate in Arab culture, as religion and science are twin pillars of every civilization. Philosophical schools and worldviews, Greek, Babylonian, Indian, Chinese, Tibetan, Islamic, etc., have a concept of 4 or 5 basic elements that reflects the simplicity, essential parts and principles of which anything consists, or upon which the constitution and fundamental powers of anything are based. Most frequently, basic elements refer to earth, water, air, and fire. The atomist and anti-atomist Greek philosophers sought to explain natural occurrences and daily phenomena without the need of resorting to supernatural explanation and believing in heavenly or earthly deities. But the approach was adopted by a section of the Hellenized monotheistic Abbasids from the Arab history, especially the Mutakallimin, in their attempt to prove the all-encompassing efficacy of an omnipotent God. However, in their adoption of this cosmological view, they ensured that they sufficiently modified it as to confirm with and eventually support their theological positions. description of man-nature equilibrium has been a hallmark of Arabic literary trajectories through ages. Here, when we just look into the literary legacy of Arabia in past and present, we have the Arab discourse of nature. Besides the canonical Islamists, the traditionalists and jurists, and of course the chart that was provided by Ibn Sina, which was brilliantly explained by Professor Talwar Sahab, with some striking similarities from science, Hellenistic philosophy, and scriptures, biblical scriptures, and insights, how spring was related to childhood, summer was related to youth, autumn was related to maturity, winter was related to age, and how earth and water, they are related in terms of tendency, bodily system, excretion and senses, etc. So in a nutshell, what we have in the numerous books and volumes produced by philosophers, scientists, and mutakallimin like Jabir ibn Hayyan, Al-Ghazali, etc., what is projected in clear terms is a multiversal cosmology. This multiversal cosmology is projected in the writings of the Sufis, the mutakallimin, and besides the muses in different phases of Muslim history. Another striking balance we do find while Shiv Talwar Sahab was elaborating upon this connection between different cultures, Eastern as well as Western cultures. What strikes us is the Kabbalistic and Indian collections and Indian connections, where letters in Arabic, as propounded by different philosophers, they said that Alif, Ha, Ta, Mim, Fa, Shin, Zad, for example, they represent fire. Za, Kaf, Jim, Sin, etc., they represent air. Ha, La, A, etc., represent water. And Ba, Waw, Ye, Nun, etc., represent earth. So this was just to explain the very paradigm that has been presented in a verse of the Holy Quran, in which said that Umamun amthalukum. That is, we actually live in a universe in which every unit is umam, that is communes, communities, amthalukum, just like you. So this reality is to be incorporated in our worldview. And if we just incorporate this word lifestyle, in our culture, in our pedagogy, especially in modern times. So what comes to the fore, I must be allowed here to refer to some famous sayings of the Sufis. Here it will be Tattamasi, which could be translated as Anal Haq, that was propounded by Hallaj. And it was, of course, Aham Brahmasmi. And when there is a famous verse in the Holy Quran, Huwa al-awwalu wal-akhiru wal-zahiru wal-batinu wa huwa ala kulli shayin qadir. Here we simply recollect Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudasate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishate. And likewise, the very essence of Gayatri Mantra, if we just recollect it. Again, what strikes us is some resemblances between what has been put in Muslim scriptures as well as what we find in the Gospel. Like Khalaqallahu Adam ala suratihi. This is a very famous hadith from Sahih Bukhari. That the simple translation, literal translation would be, God created Adam on his own image. So if we have to have this vision of this holistic vision and holistic vision of word and values in our life, we have to unify the human with the non-human, science with what could be termed as non-science, just as the fashion of virtus verborum of Middle Ages, which is found in the writings of Muslim philosophers as well as in the writings of Ramon Lull, especially virtus verborum, in which the material aspects of universe are seen to be in direct conversation with the ultimate reality. If this is our motto and this guides our vision, our mission, our initiatives in amid today's hard and harsh realities, which do have plenty of devastating effects in the very fabric of our life, we think the humanity will be able to at least assist the entire world in its strive to find a more beautiful, peaceful, and holistic solutions for the problems of life. And hence, we will be able to have a more beautiful, more harmonious, and holistic life. With this, I congratulate the organizers. I must congratulate the learned speaker. I must thank Professor Asim Sahab and his learned colleagues and all the collaborators of this seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for adding more dimensions to the talk. Before we formally close the session, I would like to extend my gratitude to our panelists, Professor Shiv Talwar and Professor Sanaullah, for taking out time from their busy schedules and enriching us with their thought-provoking ideas.
Emmer, can I just come in? Can I just come in for just 1 minute?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
I must say that it was a very scholarly session. And I must say that the remarks of the chair were equally scholarly. Thoroughly enjoyable session. And that is what a big symposium like this is all about. We had a learned speaker and we had a very learned chair. Thank you very much for making this session so good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सबों का। शिव साहब आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, आपसे मुलाकात हुई, फिर होगी इंशाल्लाह, फिर होगी। Thank you very much.
I'm equally thankful to our audience who have joined us from different time zones for their esteemed presence and patience. Here we close the session. Thank you all.
Just 1 minute.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello. It was a brilliant session, and I congratulate Dr. Shiv Talwar and Professor Sanaullah, and I'm happy that they have met once more, and they have brought us thoughts that are universal about unity, about healing. Thank you very much.
Sami, credit goes to you. You brought Professor Sanaullah and I together again. Professor Sanaullah is a very busy person, and we'll try to work together and see how we fast track and our mission. And I don't know whether you know that Professor Rafiq is editing a journal called Sami, you want to talk about it? Just 1 minute.
Okay. So it is clover leaf, which is symbolic of the crossing over between various cultures and religions. And we have come out with the 5th volume. And I think it's the inspiration from Sir, his leadership, through which we have been able to, sustain this journal. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I mean, without you, that journal will not be possible at all. And without you, I will not be sitting here talking to Professor Sanaullah and Professor Asim Siddiqui and yourself.
Thank you. आप सबों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
Thank you.
Asim sir, shall we close the session now?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Here we close the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Is the next session on the same link? Maybe I'll stick around.
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, I'll just stick around, listen to the next one.